That's where the Lord's expectation is now you start moving forward on your own journey through your own efforts and through your own desire. Because there's a whole eternity of wealth, of spiritual wealth out there to be received, but it's no longer going to be spoon-fed to you. You either have to put the work in, put the effort, and keep that fire going, or you're just going to kind of fall back into darkness at noonday. That's the risk.
And that's the journey we see in the scriptures, in particular in the Book of Mormon, is they're so focused on individuals going through that process and developing that relationship. That is over and over and over again. That's what's repeated, especially in the Book of Mormon, is these individuals taking this journey with the Lord and discovering truth and being truly converted, and by so doing, having real power, life-changing power, not just for themselves, but potentially for countless others. That's the story that the Book of Mormon conveys to us. And I would
argue that's the fullness of the gospel that's available through your Book of Mormon.
Yeah, that agreed. I think that's 100% correct. That's what's being given in that book of scripture, saved for our day, because in our day, nothing's being withheld. Everything's being given if you seek it out and truly desire it. I get a little bit, I have to watch myself though, because sometimes I'm at the temple or sometimes I'm in sacrament meeting and I look at people that are dozing off and falling asleep. And my first thought is, oh man, I wish they were as engaged. I wish they were as excited about this as I want them to be. And then the other part of me kicks in and is like, most of those people are pretty old. I'm like, okay, just don't die on me here. Like, just make it through sacrament meeting. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm trying not to be too judgmental by outward appearances. I'll just say that.
I've had that feeling sometimes, like officiating an endowment session, and you look out and you see a good percentage of the people like dozing off. That there's one side that's like, oh, I wish they were like charged up about being here, about consuming this content. And then on the other part of me is like, I don't even know how big of a sacrifice it is for them to have made it here. And,
that's right. That's right.
And that's the angle we should be, that's the mercy angle that we should be giving to others.
Totally agree. Completely agree with that.
One of the examples that has really come on strong to me, talking about like the symbolism and how to approach the gospel and get more information. One of the things that's been really on my mind is the plan of salvation in general. Like that's a big scope, the plan of salvation, right? It's everything. But what's caught my eye and my attention and my ponderings is the plan of salvation as taught in Preach My Gospel or, Sunday school or that kind of linear flow chart of even section 76, right? Which is amazing. But how it's taught there is actually considerably different than how the plan of salvation is taught in the endowment.
Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.